Good morning, welcome back. Grab some coffee. So let's talk about the secret to shooting amazing black and white images. First thing, the camera. Now you don't have to shoot with a Leica Q2, but that is what I shoot with. Yes, I shoot a lot of black and white, but I also shoot color, and that's why I have the standard Q2 and not the monochrome. I have this set to RAW plus JPEG, and then I set up a black and white profile so that when I'm looking through the viewfinder, I can see what it might look like when I'm shooting black and white. I have a blast with this camera. It's compact enough. I don't have to worry about different lenses, and it is so much fun to work with. And that 47 megapixel sensor allows me a lot of leeway in the editing process to make things my own. Now, black and white images, there's one thing you need to do in order to make amazing black and white images. You have to get out and shoot. And you have to get out and shoot a lot. And you have to understand how your camera is going to act and react within different situations to capture light and shadow. I do walkabouts. I've got one that I'm going to show you where I walked through Petaluma, and then another where I walked through San Francisco. And I go out with just the idea that I'm capturing light and shadow. I don't worry about a specific theme or genre or what I'm actually going to shoot. I shoot anything and everything, and whatever jumps out at me, I'm going to go for. And it's an exercise where I'm looking at light and shadow, and I'm trying to understand, how does my camera act and react? How can I adjust my manual settings, aperture, shutter speed, ISO? How can I work with that? And my position, where I am within the world in relation to my subject, and seeing how that's going to create different shades of gray. I can deepen shadows, I can brighten the highlights, all using settings. Now I can also do that in post. I shoot RAW plus JPEG, so I have that RAW file to work with. Those 47 megapixels allow me to make that happen in post. Now I also shoot black and white film, and I know how different films react to light and shadow because I've shot a ton of rolls of black and white film through my M6 and my Nikon FE2 over the years. So I understand how that works. So with digital, you have the ability to make thousands of images, make mistakes, try different things. You know, I have an image here of a fire hydrant, and it's not the most amazing image, but it teaches me about things with light and shadow, seeing the different shadow on the different side of that fire hydrant. How it looks and feels in that image gives me an idea how similar subjects in different compositions might work. Understanding that and understanding how your camera works is a huge part of the photographic process, and you have to work through that. Capturing this scooter, traveling in San Francisco, really thinking about my background, thinking about the lines on the ground, the shadows on the ground, and the position of the scooter when I made this image. So there's a lot that goes into the thought process of what it's going to look like, and it's in my mind's eye. Now, the way you act and react in a specific location with a specific camera is going to be unique to you. You're not going to get identical images to other people. You have your experiences, your eye, all the things that you've done in your past that make up who you are, and also the way that you interact with a camera. And that is you. And it's going to present that through the lens when you capture that image, and you're going to be able to then create whatever you want to create when you bring it into an app like Lightroom. Now, the cool thing about Lightroom as well is that you have all the details to learn from. You have the aperture, shutter speed, ISO, all that data within the digital file to figure out what your settings were. And then you can, the next time you go out, change those settings and do something a little bit different if you're trying to get different results. But the only way to make that happen is going out and shooting a lot. And then over time, your photography is going to get better. You're going to have better quality light and shadow, and your subjects, things will happen and you'll end up with amazing compositions, because over time you're not going to be worrying as much about that light and shadow. And it's just going to be natural, and it's going to be the way you set up your camera to get the results that you want. But there's no real shortcut to it. You have to get out and do the work to make it happen. So I hope you've enjoyed this information, and if you have more questions about black and white imagery or the Leica Q2, go ahead and drop comments below. I'm more than happy to share all the information that I have about my cameras, my accessories, etc. So I'm really curious what you're interested in, and I'd love all that information. Just go ahead and drop it down below in the comments. I appreciate all the new subs. Thank you so much. Welcome to the channel if you're new, and go ahead and reach out to me. I'd love to know who you are and what you're up to, like what camera you're shooting with, what kind of subjects you shoot, and what your interests are. Feel free to drop those in the comments below. I would love to start a conversation and a community. I did put my Substack in yesterday's video, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in this one as well. There is a space to make comments there, and I'd like to get a conversation going there if you'd like to join in. That's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. My name is John Weinberg. Till next time, take care.